It's a quiet Tuesday morning, and I'm sitting here with my cup of tea, watching the birds outside my window. And I find myself wondering, what's their secret? Those little creatures flutter about with such energy, day after day, year after year. Then it hit me, we're not so different, you and I. We all want to keep that spark alive, to wake up feeling grateful for another sunrise, another chance to laugh with loved ones. But sometimes, as the years roll by, it's easy to feel like our best days are behind us. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, is this just what getting older feels like? Well, what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? That there are people in mountain villages in Sardinia, on the islands of Okinawa, in little towns in Costa Rica, people who've seen 100 birthdays or more, and they're still tending gardens, telling stories, dancing at family gatherings? They're not superheroes. They've simply woven a few powerful habits into the fabric of their everyday lives. And the beautiful thing? You can start stitching those same threads into your life today. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday. Today. So let's start with the very first habit, one so natural you might have done it this morning without realizing its power, moving like life depends on it, because it does. Now, I know what you might be thinking, exercise? Oh, here we go again. But hold on, this isn't about gym memberships or running marathons. In fact, the world's longest-lived people rarely work out at all. What they do is move, naturally, all day long. Take my friend Elena. She's 94, lives in a little blue house on a hill in Greece. Every morning, she walks to her garden. Not for exercise, for basil. For tomatoes. For the sheer pleasure of dirt under her nails. She kneels to weed, stretches to pick figs, carries her watering can back and forth. By afternoon, she's swept her patio, maybe walked to her daughter's house down the lane. By evening, she's danced in her kitchen while stirring supper. No stopwatches. No counting steps. Just life is movement. And here's why this matters so much for us. When we move this way, not in bursts, but steadily, like a gentle river, we're telling our bones, stay strong. We're whispering to our heart, keep rhythm. We're reminding our joints, you're made for this. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. So how might you start today? Well, smiling softly, what if you park just a bit farther from the grocery store entrance? Not to add steps, but to savor those extra moments of sky above you. What if you set your teacup on a shelf you need to reach for? What if you put on that song you loved at 45, yes, that one, and let your shoulders sway while you fold laundry? Start small. Start kind. Your body remembers how to live in motion. You just need to invite it back. Now, this brings us to the second habit, one that might surprise you, eating the rainbow. Slowly. I know, we've heard eat your veggies since we were knee-high. But this is different. This isn't about diets or denial. It's about joy. It's about color. It's about the sacred act of sitting down to nourish yourself like you matter. Because you do. Picture Hiroshi, 101 years young, in Okinawa. His plate isn't piled high with supplements or protein shakes. It's a canvas, dark greens of steamed sweet potato leaves, bright orange squash, purple Okinawan sweet potatoes, white fish glistening with ginger. Small portions, yes. But more importantly, he eats like it's a ceremony. Chopsticks down between bites. Conversation with family. A pause to watch the light shift in the room. He finishes when he's 80% full, what Okinawans call hara-hachi-bu. Not stuffed. Not hungry. Perfectly content. Why does this simple act matter so deeply? First, those colors? They're nature's medicine. Deep greens fight inflammation. Reds and oranges mend cells. Purples guard your memory. But even more profound? Slowing down. When we eat without rushing, when we actually taste the butter on our peas, feel the crunch of a radish, smell the rosemary in the broth, we're not just feeding our bodies. We're feeding our souls. We're saying, this moment, this meal, this breath, it's precious. So how might you begin today? Maybe swap one beige meal for one colorful one. Breakfast oatmeal becomes oatmeal with blueberries, sliced peaches, and a sprinkle of walnuts. Lunch sandwich becomes a bowl of dark greens with chickpeas, beets, and pumpkin seeds. And dinner? Eyes twinkle, light a candle. Just one. Put your fork down between bites. Breathe. Taste. If you're full at 80%, wrap the rest for tomorrow. No guilt. Just gratitude. You see, these first two habits, moving like it's a gift and eating like it's sacred, aren't chores. They're love letters to the life you still get to live. And the best part? You already know how to do this. You've just forgotten how natural it feels. Now, as our time winds down for today, I want you to think about this. Which of these habits feels like coming home to you? Is it the idea of weaving movement into your day like a quiet dance? Or is it sitting down to a plate full of color, savoring every bite like it's your first? Try just one tiny step tomorrow. Plant basil in a pot by your door. Add red peppers to your eggs. Whatever feels like joy, not duty. Because here's the truth, living to 100 isn't about counting years. It's about making years count. And you've already begun. In our next part, we'll explore 2 more habits that warm your heart and calm your spirit. Until then, be gentle with yourself. You're doing beautifully.